Hello everybody. Today we are going to discuss the 15th chapter of The Invisible Man, and the title of this chapter is The Man Who Was Running. And who is this man? Of course, Mr. Marvel, who was so far in the position, or say under the terror and under the control of the Invisible Man. Now he has got chance and is running away from the Invisible Man. So before this, in the 14th chapter, we discussed that Mr. Marvel and the Invisible Man reached Port Stowe, and there Mr. Marvel was about to share the secrets of the Invisible Man with a mariner who had come out of the inn, but he could not, because by that time the Invisible Man caught him and just tweaked his ear, and then he had to move away from there. And now in this chapter we see that Mr. Marvel was running hastily, hurriedly, with terror on his face. So before this, what happens? A new character is introduced to us, a new person, and that character is Dr. Kemp. So Dr. Kemp is a scientist, and what he is doing at this time, it is early evening, and Dr. Kemp is sitting in his study room in his Belvedere. Belvedere means a roofed structure from where we can have a wide view outside. So he is in his Belvedere looking out, and there it was, he could see the glazing sun, and the sun which was not yet set, the glowing light of the sun above the hill, he could see that. And in his room there were 3 windows. It was a small pleasant room. There were 3 windows on 3 sides, and there was a broad table on which different things were there. There were bookshelves filled with books, several books. There was a microscope, glass slips, some culture, some bottles were scattered there, and some all such things, scientific things and instruments, minute things, structures, equipment were there in his room. And he was working upon something which he hoped would earn him a fellowship of the Royal Society, as you might have heard of FRCS and MRCS. So he was working upon, or he was working on something which could earn him the membership or fellowship of Royal Society. So as he was enjoying that yellow light, that atmosphere, that golden light of outside, though the solar lamp in his room was still lit, though it was light outside, but yet the solar lamp was still lit. The windows, the blinds were open, because there was no doubt, or there could be nothing peering from outside. There was no suspicion, there was no fear of that. So the windows were open, and at that time his attention was caught by a running figure. He saw a man was running hastily. It seemed like he was in a confounded hurry, confused hurry, and his pockets seemed quite heavy. And when he saw the man running, Dr. Kemp thought of a man whom he came across in the morning, and he said, like one of the fools whom I ran into, or who ran into me in the morning. So actually almost such a kind of incidents happened in the morning. It was something like the people who believed in the Invisible Man story and Invisible Man theme. So that's why he was saying, like one of the fools. It seems we are living in 13th century. it was impossible for him to believe in any such story of invisibility or any such invisible thing. How could he? After all, he was a scientist, so he couldn't believe any such thing. And so he said, oh, it seems what like we were living in 13th century. And then the man ran close. Actually, he was coming down from the hill road, and then he was hidden by a structure, then again was visible, again hidden, again visible. In this way he was coming over and over and quite close, but he had contempt for that man. And the others who saw him quite close, who perceived the terror on his perspiring face, they did not share the contempt of Dr. Kemp, because they became part of all that. Those who were on the roadside, on the pavements, they could see the fear and terror on his face, that his breathing, his breath had gone noisy and coarse, and they could hear the chink of money in his pockets, and he was running very fast as if in extreme hurry and extreme fear, and his legs were giving way. Very truly, literally, it seemed that he was running, but he was not moving on. He was that exhausted and all. And then people, when he went by, they heard a dog yelp and going under a gate, and then a wind and a pad as if somebody was running, and the sound of heavy breathing, and people screamed. They just sprang off the pavement, and they got into their houses. They bolted the doors and windows. They also shared the fear of Mr. Marvel. But Dr. Kemp was unable to understand all this, and the spread very soon, very quickly overtook the whole area, whole village. It overtook all that Burdock, it fear, and people started talking of invisible man, the invisible man is coming. It was all like that. So this is what we have in the 15th chapter. So what happened next in the 16th chapter? Where did Mr. Marvel reach? Was he really able to escape from the clutches of the invisible man or not? We'll come to know in the next chapter. So till then, thank you very much.